28. Start date. Let's start the date. See what happens. Drugs, misogynoir, conspiracy theories. All right. In the past few months, you have gotten a better understanding of how life has been treating you. The mothers of your children have left you alone for the most part, at least since you started taking your kids to school and picking them up whenever they ask. You made an effort to get closer with your kids outside of the basic childish stuff you found yourself indulging in. Side note, why the heck does your daughter like Pepper Pig so much? Wow. Yo, my son DJ loved some Peppa Pig. So, yeah. Why the heck does any little kid like Pepper Pig? Something about those eyes haunt you, and you find yourself looking away whenever she puts it on. But the one thing you still find troubling is the trajectory of your rap career. You have a decent following on SoundCloud, and people are talking about your music locally. Maybe because you have sort of shifted from a serious rap and comedy rap, doing stuff to appeal to bip bop, to the bip bop crowd. You've been grudgingly accepted. Okay, bip bop. Who knew it would be easy to get teams to do crappy dances with your messed up music? Oh man, that's hilarious. Rapping off beat on that crap beat appears to be the pinnacle of music these days. As much as you hate to admit it, it's getting you a lot more of attention than the things you put your heart and soul into. You know what? That, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of true. Like that is low key kind of true. Like, how many times have we seen like rappers wanted to get off into other things, and then all of a sudden, you know, hold on one second, let me see. Alethea gifted me a sub. Thank you, Alethea, for the gifted sub. Silver Neko has subscribed to the channel too as well. Appreciate the gifted. Alethea, I appreciate you. Just type this in here real quick. Give my thanks. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Rapping off beat on that crap beat appears to be the pinnacle of music these days. As much as you hate to admit it, it's gotten you a lot more attention than the things you put into your heart and soul into. With this stuff, it takes you maybe an hour tops to create a crap beat with some samples, and the rapping that just comes normally or naturally. Maybe you were just meant for comedy rap. You ignore that feeling of failure for the time being. You have things to do and a backpack full of CDs slung over your shoulder. the homies told you about this place on the Upper East Side of the city, not too far away from your place, but you still took the trip and drove instead of calling a rideshare. Who knows what kind of women you can pull at an open mic? Women gravitate towards you and typically stay for a couple of weeks until they realize how inconsistent you are when it comes to maintaining relationships. Oof. Or until one of your baby mamas, probably Tara, finds out you're talking to another woman and tries to sabotage you because she's an evil woman who only wants to see a black man lose. You got to be more careful. That is wow. That's so Alice, it seems like, isn't the crazy baby mama. It seems like Alice is 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 the better option than Tara. Although we haven't seen Tara talk. We haven't seen an introduction to Tara just yet. So I'll kind of maybe give her the benefit of the doubt until we get her side of the story. But it seems like just from this little tidbit, Malik has an issue at being consistent when it comes to relationships. Now, is that because he has 2 kids? Is it because he's trying to do that, juggle his job, his music career, while having 2 kids? I would think so, but I don't know. That's just me. Like, I'm going to set my priorities where it matter. You know, my kids, my job, I'm focus, period, point blank at the end of the day. Everything else comes secondary, I believe. You know, or should I say it should come secondary. Not trying to say that you can't work and play, but you gotta work and play you gotta play the right way. Okay. Maybe if you had gotten a Ghanaian woman, a Ghanaian woman. So he's from Ghana. Okay, Ghana. And excuse my pronunciations because, you know, I'm from the South. So, yeah, we have our way of saying things, our own little slang, our own little vocabulary. So I apologize if I butchered this story a little bit. Pregnant woman, woman pregnant, your mother wouldn't see you as such a disappointment. Your siblings wouldn't make fun of you every chance they get. You've dealt with enough favoritism growing up, with how much lighter your skin is compared to your siblings. Being the only one that get the light skin gene from your great grandfather on your mom's side. So does that mean we're getting a hint of a little self-hate? You know, colorism? You know, I can see how that can play a part definitely growing up. You know, you turn out to be different from the rest of your brothers and sisters. Like, prime example, my brother Paul is very, very light skinned. Like, you would probably peg him as a Hispanic, Jamaican, or Native American. Like, my grandmother was very, very light skinned, fair skinned. My brother is, and then Broderick is probably my youngest brother. He's probably a few shades lighter than me, but I mean, obviously you can tell that we dark skinned, we melanated it. You can tell that, but I can see how that would be a thing, be an issue, wherever you want to look like the rest of your siblings and you turn out looking like a different member of your family. Your parents expected so much from you, but you've done nothing but disappoint. Dang. A light-skinned disappointment. Whoo, bruh. Yet Alice was different. She never saw your flaws. She was your first love. The woman you wished your mother approved of. They never got along. You've known Alice since you were in high school, but didn't actually start talking to her until you both graduated. Becoming local rappers brought you both closer, and soon you fell in love with her. But the love never felt mutual. Mm. No matter how much she tried to convince you that it was, you knew her love wasn't for people, but for her craft, and it showed more when you got her pregnant. She didn't seem to care about the child you both had. Mm. Okay. So he felt as though the love was one-sided, and he was probably giving more love than she could give or wanted to give because she was so focused on her career. Amen. Like, take it from me. Sometimes you just gotta put work aside, or and make time for the people that you say you love. Because if you don't, that's gonna be some issues, or you're gonna end up like Malik right here, thinking, "Hey, only thing she love is her music career. She don't even love me or love her own daughter." That's what I'm getting from this tidbit from Malik, and that's saying something. You can't think about that right now. You've already an hour late to this open mic, and if you sit in your car any longer, someone might call the cops. You enter the salon. Yeah, this is a hair salon, but instead of the usual chairs and mirrors, it's rows and rows of folded chairs. The ceilings is littered with spotlights. Bright red neon light shaped like roses hug the walls. You'll come here with your daughter one day, or you should at least. She's been asking for braids for a while. You find yourself lingering at the doorway, not wanting to disturb the person on stage reciting a slam poem, and not a very good one, in your attempt to find a seat. So you wait, listening for a moment before realizing you ultimately aren't that interested. The bag on your shoulder is slipping. You move your shoulder to adjust it. You scan the area in front of you, and just from behind you, you can already tell you run into a few familiar faces in here. People you want to talk to? No. But you know they might try to talk to you if you try to perform. Even though you may be a little late for that, hey, who the knows what will happen? You didn't realize how long you were lingering near the door until you hear the soft voice of someone speaking right above a whisper. You nearly jump, not expecting anyone to pay much attention to you. You look in the direction the voice came from. Hey, you look new here. You just want to you want to perform, or you just checking out the scene? She caught you by surprise, and you find yourself staring a little more than you would like to admit. Starstruck or hard eyes, you can't really decide what emotion you want to portray, or you think you're portraying. What the entire is wrong with you? The man who can sling any he wants is suddenly starstruck in front of a woman, a really beautiful woman. Uh oh. I like how the music changes suddenly again. No, I mean, maybe. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. My homie told me to come here and check out the scene, get my clout up, and pass out some tapes. You a rapper? I'm a musician. Like, look, my man can't be over here fumbling the ball like that. So, I gotta put, yes, I'm a musician. I mean, it wouldn't be wrong because he make beats. So unless it's digital, unless he's doing that computer love on a laptop, you know what I'm saying? Then, oh, she asked, oh, what instrument do you play? Instrument. Yeah, you said you were a musician. You do know musician means anyone who makes music, right? Oh, oh no! No, she rolls her eyes at you, flat out rolls her eyes at you. It's like she wants to see you see how annoyed she is by this conversation. I mean, I am aware, but people don't really just use it like that anymore, or at least most of the people here. Okay, now you just feel like a butthole. Hopefully it doesn't put her off too much. My bad. No, I just rap and produce beats. You reach into your bag, offering her a tape, one of your nicer ones, a sleek case with your name and number, even a heart near the end of it. This one is always saved for the ladies. The look she gives you is typical. You're the only one in the city actively handing out mixtapes, and the majority of people don't even have working CD players in their cars anymore. You've always considered switching to primarily digital media, but the concept of being unique is what appealed to you. You always stood out no matter what you did, and until you find another way to be unique, you'll keep this going. So he's like, got a name? Yolanda, you sure giving out CDs is the best form of advertising? You know most people don't even have a CD player anymore. What about BoundCloud? I've been thinking about it. Something about keeping it physical makes it more authentic, you know? He said keeping it physical makes it more authentic, you know? Physical, physical. Let's get physical. I see what's on his mind. He trying to. What if the white man decides to close the internet and everything we kept on it is gone? That's true. That's true. Look, always back up your backups and back up your backups, back up your backups. And at least try to have it in physical form too. Smart. At least I still got my music in physical form. You read your fair share of theories about how the internet is controlled by a select few of companies who can decide to shut it down whenever they want to. And the thought of that is daunting at times. Losing all of your progress, your fans, and haters is scary enough to keep you awake at night. Fine, I'll take you up on that. Okay, Yolanda, good girl, good girl. But you can't go around blaming the white man for everything. Do 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 do. I guess this is where the conspiracy theories is popping into play. Are you one of those white people aren't that bad types? You watch as she ponders the question. You're almost tempted to walk away from this entirely, but then you remember she offered to let you perform and is probably one of the people in charge here. With the way people talk in this city, you'd rather not have your reputation ruined over this. Ha ha ha. What? No, I mean, not really. Yeah, so she's, yeah, she is. I think she is. A lot of them come here and are pretty cool, but I'm always wary, you know. Yeah, look, Yolanda, we know, girl, we know Yolanda, we know. Okay? What don't have to be said is already understood. She's one of those fine, you can't get mad that she doesn't follow your philosophy. Not many people have the IQ to understand it. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes you think everything is going great and then bam. They can't take you home because their parents don't like us. Yep. I had my own personal experience with that. When I was younger working at GameStop. And there was this hot Asian dude, right? And but his parents are traditional parents, and they're the type of parents that are like, don't if they ain't art, you know, your own kind, you know, you better not bring no black babies up in here. Don't even think about it. So, yep. Unfortunately, I experienced that as a teenager, but the reality is now that I'm older and because of my own personal beliefs or what I believe in, it's just best to date with inside your race anyway. It's just better that way. Just keep it like that. But you know, that's just my thoughts, feelings, and you know what I believe in. So I'm sorry that happened to you. That's really, I've had my share of Korean grandmother being like that until I have to remind her that I'm black. You let out a small laugh at that, reaching a hand up to rub at the back of your neck. You have a little more in common with this woman than you thought you would. Still, you're treading carefully with the words you say. You can't give you, you can't give her all of you yet. Yep, that's fair. You know, give a little, give a little, give a little, give a little. My mom is the same way. Always wanted me to bring home some Ghanaian woman. She still hates my baby mamas, but treats my kids like her own. They're with her right now. She's like, I'm not Ghanaian, but I'm French and Korean. The colonized, she said the colonizer and the colonized. Wow. This game just got real. Yo! So if I would you be considered colonizer? Not that I have a problem with that as long as the homies don't know. It ain't like I'm what a white girl again. Oh man, this is, yo, what is her response gonna be? that was a one-time thing, just once, and you were still young when you did it. You should have realized she was fetishizing you when she bragged about how good you were on social media. Yeah, and you gotta be careful of that too. What up, Cameron RP? What's going on? Yep, that happens. Like, other nations of people, you be curious about the black people and having those fantasies of like, ooh, that's some exotic type stuff over there. Let me, I never had a black person before. Let me, and then not to mention, there's been some stuff that I personally seen on in the words of this game on BipBop that I'm just like, yeah. Which further brought me to the conclusion that I think it's just best that you just date and marry within your race, so you won't come across stuff like this. Like, your is bomb, but come on now, keep that on the down low. She said, I don't men who aren't creatives. What does that mean? He's clearly a rapper and he makes beats. Is that not a creative? Like, in your Yolanda, baby girl, in your head, what is the definition of creative? Like, social media content creator, artist, someone that does poetry? Because I kind of feel like any type of thing that's revolving around poetry, art, music, that's creative. Like, content creation, all of that to me is creative, because in every line of or genre of what you're trying to pursue, you have to be creative to some extent to make yourself stand out above the rest of the crowd in our perspective saturated markets, right? Like, what does that mean, Yolanda? But you did pass me a tape, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, baby, she said, Yolanda, quit playing these games. And wait, is she considering you too? Maybe after I give it a listen. Well, I hope he has the right song on there. You would give yourself a point for that one, but you have been trying to tone down. But you've been trying to tone down on the misogyny lately. Got a CD player in here? We can always go to my car and pop it in. He trying to get in where he can fit in. Ditch this joint. Yeah, he's a charmer. Now I understand, and now I see it now and understand why he got two baby mamas. I'm not ditching anything, but I'll head out to listen to this tape. Just 2 songs. Other people still have to perform, Okay, maybe you should bring out the scoreboard for this one. You always like to log your accomplishments, and so far, you've had to.